Okay. Kindly just react if you can see my screen as well. Okay. All right then. So yeah, today I'm going to be talking about Git and GitHub for open source contribution. Yeah, so basically, most people, I believe you are all here to learn about like open source, especially Git and GitHub. Yeah, so basically, most people like find it hard to contribute using GitHub because of Git. So like they tend to have like lots of issues as well. So yeah, I'm going to like explain and yes, if possible, I'll give like a demo on how to go about like um making a contribution to like an open source project as well. So yes, so yeah, this is like an introduction. Who am I? My name is Fuad Aliphatic. Okay. Yes, I'm an open source mentor here at Tubrian for the open source internships that is currently going on. Yes. I'm also a research project manager at Chaos Africa. It's also Chaos Africa is also an open source community as well. Yes, that deal with so it's basically like an open source community as well. So I'm also a community manager at Ecolance. I'm a software engineer. I'm also a Microsoft student learn ambassador and a Postman student leader. Yeah, I'm the Postman student leader for my school. Yeah, I'm currently studying systems engineering at University of Lagos. Yes, so um let's get let's get started. Let's get right into it. Yeah, so yeah, so what's Git? So like most people when they are trying to like code and they are um they along the way they are learning it, then they jump into Git and yeah, they get lost. They'll be like, what's this? They get tend to be overwhelmed and all by Git and its commands and everything. So basically, like imagine you have like a magical time machine for your code. You can like so, for instance, you are coding, you made some changes. You are trying to you want to go back in time to see what you made in the past, like the changes you made before the current one. So basically, that's what like Git essentially does. It helps you look into like you can travel back in time to see your projects at any point in time. You can even revert to like that version that you created before if anything goes wrong. So that's like what Git does essentially. It's a tool that helps you track changes in your code files. You can easily manage different versions and collaborate with others. Git Git does like a lot. In fact, Git even tracks itself. Like that's a fun fact. Like after they created Git, like it started tracking itself. So like it's very crazy. So now what's GitHub? So GitHub is a web-based platform for developers to store their code. For instance, Google Drive is for uploading files, documents. So GitHub is just like Google Drive for code. So that's like basically it. So you can store your code on the cloud and take it back whenever you need it. Um, GitHub also uses Git. Yes, so GitHub uses Git as well to make your changes on your code. It stores it on the cloud to make it easy for you to share your code with others. If you're always with your PC and like all your codes are on your PC, it's not every time you be moving around with your PC. You might want to share your code to somebody, so you don't have to be like opening your laptop up or your PC and okay, come and see this code. You can just pull up to GitHub like, okay, here's the link to this particular code I made. Here's the link to what I did. So every GitHub is like cloud-based platform for developers. So basically anything code you can like store it on GitHub. Yes. So so why contribute to open source? So basically, there are different reasons you might want to contribute to open source. So for instance, yeah, first of all, everybody wants to learn new skills. You want to upskill, you want to learn new things. So yeah, that's one. You will learn new skills by contributing to open source. I've learned so far since I started open source. I've learned a lot of things, a lot of terminologies, um, new terms, conventions. You even get to meet you don't know who you can meet on like in any open source project as well. So you can also build your portfolio as well. by learning new skills, you'll be able to contribute to new projects, which will up your portfolio. Like it will upscale it. Like for instance, now people that are currently doing the Tublian AI internship, yes, by I'm sure by the end of the internship they'll have be able to like add it to their portfolio that they contributed to so projects and all like that. So yes, you can also, that's two. The third one is third main one is to network with others and make a difference. You don't know who you can meet on an open source um project. You can just join any open source community, and the next thing you are basically chilling with or chatting with like a senior engineer at Google, a lead developer at Postman, I know, and you just be chatting casually. Whereas if you were to like meet them one on one, that won't be possible because but open source makes it easier to like connect with people, network with people, create, be able to collaborate. With open source, most of the tools we are even using today were created by like were open source projects. So thousands of people from wherever they are, irrespective of their races and everything, they like join together using GitHub and Git to contribute to open source to create new projects. Just like how people are contributing to this Tublian internship project. So different people from all over the world are contributing as well. So, and they are making a difference. Yes. So getting started with Git. So basically you just have to first install the Git on your PC, either using Windows, Linux or MacBook. You are going to install it as well. So generally like these are the basic commands. Git init, that's for you to create a new repository. I'm going to like do a demo of all this, so it won't be as if I'm just talking. But these like are the basic commands necessary that you need to know for like Git when you're trying to um work on a project using Git on GitHub as well. So Git init is for you to create a new repository. So Git, every Git command starts with Git. So it's like and all these commands are usually run within the terminal. Yes, so everything runs inside the terminal as well. So you have to do it within your terminal to like communicate with Git and GitHub as well. So everything flows eventually. So this Git add for you to add all your files to the staging area. This is when you're trying to commit your message to commit your changes to the repository, and finally to push your changes to the remote repository. I'm still going to go all over this as well. So understanding GitHub. These are like the basic terms you'll find on GitHub. So it's like people like tend to misuse them or confuse them for one another. So starting with repositories. Repositories are like your projects on your GitHub, like the way you have Google Drive. Inside the Google Drive, you can have different folders. Inside that folders, there are different like maybe pictures, documents, and all sorts of stuff. So a repository is like a folder inside your Google Drive. So a repository is your folder that stores your code in GitHub. So that's what a repository basically means. So a repository is your project in GitHub that stores your codes and everything. So yeah, now the next one is forking. So what forking means is that you are trying to copy somebody's projects into your own repository. That's another thing with GitHub again. With GitHub, you can contribute to other people's projects that they are working on. So far, it's not being private. Yes, you can decide to make your repository your project, which is your repository, and decide to make it public or private. So or anything that is public, yes, you have access to fork it. And when you fork it, you can like make changes on your own end, and um it won't affect their own code. That's what forking does. So you are taking the code and bringing it into your own repository and making changes if you want, either you want to improve it or you want to make changes to it. So that's what forking does. So there's also cloning as well. So what cloning does is you are just copying it to your local machine. It's not as if you are making changing it into your own repository first of all. So what cloning does is you are taking it to your local machine immediately. Yes. So as for pull requests, so pull requests are when you are trying to make any changes to somebody's code or stuff like that. So what pull request basically does is okay, since after you have forked the project, if you want to make if you want to like add your changes to the person's code, then you open a pull request that okay, hello, hi there, I would like to add this feature or these changes into your own code. Can you please accept it? So like that's like a basic overview of like a pull request. It's basically called PR. So PR, pull request, pull request. So that's like what pull request does. So for instance, you clone somebody's, you fork somebody's project, you made like some set of changes that are like very important, and you like the person to add it to his own project. So you make the changes, you open a PR pull request, and if the person is going to review it, okay, yes, if the person likes it, will add it, he will merge it to his own project. If he doesn't, he's going to he's just going to leave it there, or deny your deny your own pull request. So issues are basically problems that a project is facing. So in every repository that is like, for instance, in every open source project, there will always be issues that okay, we're trying to work on this. Is there anyone that would like to help us work on this? So that's like what an issue basically means. So you are like it's just like asking for people who are trying to contribute in open source that okay, um hi everyone, I need help with this, who would like to contribute to this, who would like to work on this project. That's what an issue is. So like that's a basic overview of these five important terms in GitHub. So finding open source projects. So there are a lot of ways to find open source projects. First of all, you can find them, you can use Tubian Open Source Finder. Tubian has done a great job on for you to make finding your open source project way easier for you. So you can just up onto tublian.com. Like it's when you even type Tublian on Google, that's like the first thing that comes up. Log in with your GitHub, create an account. It input like the languages you use, and is going to like help you look for projects that are quite related to all the stacks you are using and all the technologies you are using. So Tublian Open Source Finder does a great job for that in helping you find open source projects. There's also GitHub Explore. So yeah, so GitHub Explore basically has thousands of projects because everybody uses GitHub to host their to store their own projects. So there are lots of projects on GitHub. So even to be an open source finder, by the time you find your project, it takes you to GitHub itself. So that's like, but to be an open source finder, it just makes it easier for you to look for projects like that. So when you are trying to use GitHub Explore, make sure you are searching for the right keywords, even on Open Source Finder. You make sure you are searching for the right keywords. So if you are doing if you're a front-end developer, you can just input the keywords like um React open source projects or JavaScript open source project. Make sure you look for like important keywords that are related to your stack. If you are into Python, use Python keywords related to Python, Django, Flask, and the likes. So you also make sure you are looking for like good first issues. Like I said, when every open source project usually have issues, and if all the issues are usually labeled, most times they will label them with good first issue. Like that's like a very important label they use. So when you even look for that in your as a keyword, it pops up open source projects that have good first issues that you be like, okay, this is like a, a good issue that you can, it's easy for you to contribute. Yeah, so that's what it does. So projects, like I said, these issues, it helps you like manage projects. So by that's what open source maintainers use as well. So it helps them like differentiate what to work on. It helps them differentiate tasks, issues, and projects. So that's like what issues does. So community engagement as well. So when you're looking for open source projects, it's and enjoying it will be, for instance, now if okay you want to look for open source if you are trying to join and look for an open source project, you join Tuplian, you sign up, you join the Discord community, and you meet lots of other developers. So with that, you started like engaging with the community as well. And community helps a lot. It helps you grow as well. And on Tublian, there's usually like a community call on Tublian every Thursday by 3 p.m. Um that's 3 p.m. Nigerian time. I don't know like the time zones of everyone here are. So there's also like GitHub discussions as well, where GitHub discussions is like um a chat embedded inside GitHub projects where you can discuss about the projects, what you are trying to work on. So if you are joining the open source project for the first time, you head over to the discussions and talk to the maintainers that okay, hi everyone, I'm new into this. I'm trying to contribute to a project. Would which projects are like the easiest one I can find? Which one will be easier for me to contribute and stuff like that. Yeah. So I hope I'm not just talking. Can okay, let me just like let's just like have a break. Can everyone like drop in the chat where they are joining from, so you can all signify that we're all following. I like I don't just like to be talking. I like having like icebreaker sessions. So that like where you're joining from and signify can also react as well.
Hello, I am Abdul. I am ABE developer. I'm joining from Nigeria.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, yes, yes. We are all following. Yes, we are all following. Yes, yes, that's nice. Okay, I can see Kikiola is joining from Lagos, Nigeria. Omoloja, hi, nice to meet you from Port Harcourt. Absalam, nice to meet you. Afzal from India. Nice, nice to meet you all. Okay. Thank you everyone for applying. So I'm going to proceed now. Okay. So when you're trying to contribute to a project, first thing you have to do is to fork the repository. Yes, so you're copying the project into your own repository to make changes. You also create a branch. You make your changes, commit and push your changes. Like I said, then you create a pull request that okay, I've made these changes. Would you like to like review this? Would you like to add this to your code? And you are done. And your project gets merged. Best in best, like best scenario, your project gets merged and all that. So tips for like successful contribution. So basically every project usually have like a guideline. There's usually like one of the things you have to look out for in when you're trying to join an open source contribution or you put an open source project is to check the project guidelines. It's usually written in Markdown. You see contribution.md, you see readme.md. So do well to like go through them and go over them. So it this README files usually indicate how the project would like how the maintainer usually indicates in the project how they want people to contribute to the project as well. So they have to be patient as well because if you are trying to rush through things within the open source project, it's not going to end well. Um might not get your project merged as well, your pull request merged, you might not get it merged. And also do well to engage with the community. It's like fosters collaboration, it helps you network, you get to meet new people as well. So okay. Um Let me head over to like the short demo I would like to um I would like to do concerning this open source workshop. Mm, uh, okay. Okay. For instance, now this is like this is like a an open source project. So if, for instance, now I'm like trying to contribute to this project, so I come up to this project. First things first, I read about the README file. Okay, inside the README file, you get like what the project is all about as well. So that's what like basics of the README file. It helps to tell you what the project is about. So and you get to see instructions of how to contribute to a particular project as well. So basically what you do is just read through the README file. There's usually like instructions on how to clone the repository, either fork the repository and run the project itself. So for instance now this one here says like installation, clone the repository. So you head over to your terminal, you enter git clone, then the URL of this repository as well. Let me and these are these the if you don't have like the contribution, if you don't have the readme, you will definitely find the contribution.md. This also shows how the people, the maintainers, expect you to contribute to the project. So for instance now you want to contribute, they usually like have series of guidelines they want you to follow. So they expect you to have to read all the guidelines within this contribution.md or readme.md before you try to contribute to any project. Yes, so okay. So for example, now these are like the guidelines within this project that you have to follow, the code of conduct. If you have any questions, you want to contribute, reporting bugs. So these are usually like outlined within most open source projects. So first things first, when you're trying to look out into any open source project is the README file and the contribution.md file. This usually indicates um, how they expect you to contribute to the project. Okay, for instance, now I want to contribute to this project. So I come into I come into this. Okay. And yes, so these are like example of what I talked about. These are issues. So once it comes to issues, so issues like things issues are like bugs or features that a project is facing and they would like for people to join to contribute on it. So for instance now, this is the logo in the home page in mobile view is overlapping with the hero content. So if you would like to contribute to this, you can just like you just head over here. You signify you signify interest like this now. So this like the problem in this issue. The logo here is overlapping with the text down. So example, this is like a perfect example now. So someone will just come. I would like to work with on this issue, and the maintainer is going to reply and who is going to assign the person to this issue, that okay, this is the person that is going to be working on this issue pending the time you finish, then you makes a pull request. So you just signify interest via the issue page as well, and when you are done, any pull request you make is going to come here as well. So this is like a pull request I made as well concerning I was trying to revamp the branches um within the project for people to enhance people trying to contribute. So let's get started. So for now, for example, I want to contribute to this project. I head over to the repository. Yes, so I click on, I have to know like the URL of the project. So you can either clone it by using this URL of the website of the repository, and you can either fork it as well. So when you fork it, like you are making it your own project, then you have access to it. So okay, let me like open a new window. Mm, okay. Okay, so this an open source project is um concerning like a conference website for that was about to be hosted. So I basically made it like an open source project. This Antapex is like a name of is name of the community I once created. So this is like the open source community for the Antapex. So this is like a project that we worked on as well. So these are the contributors as well. So to contribute, so this is like the contribution guidelines. This is about the landing page and information, everything related to this project, as well as the design link to the Figma prototype as well. So let me get started with this. This should mm, okay. Mm, why am I having issues opening this? Or should I just use a code space? Mm, let me just create a code space since this one isn't responding. So basically, what this code space does is, if you are trying to code on the cloud, so that's what code space does. You are, if I suggest people to use code space, especially when they are using a PC that has like low RAM. They are when they are trying to like run applications or run their projects, their PC tends to hang. So I highly recommend them to use GitHub code spaces or Gitpod. So it does like the job. Mm. So it does the job for you. It basically like spins everything into like an online development. Oh, Nina said if the project is part of Tublian as well, you can use Tublian to create like the code spaces as well. So it basically brings up your terminal as well. So this is what like code spaces does. Like you are inside the development um aspects the yeah, it basically gives your VS Code, spins up VS Code into an online editor. So for instance now, if you want to work on a project now, first of all, you have to you have to like create a new branch or switch to a new branch so you won't affect the code you won't affect the main branch. So first of all, I would like to create a new branch, git branch. um I can just say demo, then git checkout. So I've created a new branch called demo. So this branch is like my own branch that I've created. It is different from like the main branch um of that main project that the person created. So with this, I won't have any. I won't be affected. I won't be affect any code like on the main branch as well. So any changes I make on this demo branch now, it's not going to have effects on the main branch. So if this is the main branch and this is the demo branch that I just created. So anything I add here or any little changes I add will basically not have any effect on this. I just to not delay our time, I won't go into like doing anything technical. So I'll just like add like a few changes to the readme file so we can like I can have like an example of how to create a pull request and push. So what can I just okay. So click on fork at the top right corner, clone your fork repository, seed into the clone folder. Um okay, let me say step 5, create a new branch and yes, so switch to the new branch before making a pull request. So like I just want to delay our time because time is fast spent as well. So step 6, step 7. So I've created it, I've made changes to so for example now I've made changes to this project now like this. So if I want to like make a pull request, so remember the git commands I talked about. Mm, Remember the git command I talked about. First of all, you use git add to state the changes. So with that, you have like state the changes and they are ready to commit. So you use git commit m and you add your commit message. Every commit anytime you're trying to make you're trying to commit to GitHub, you need to add like a commit message to indicate what you did on that project. So I can just say refactor the contribution guideline. Okay, and I hit enter. So it shows that okay, one file changed, 3 insertions, 2 deletions. So that with that I've like committed. So now I'm trying to push. So yes, I'm on the demo branch. So I have to push into the main branch. So I'm going to like make a pull request. So I'll do git. So I'm trying to push into the main branch. So I'll have to like with this it will going to since I don't have access, I'm not the owner of the repo, I'll have to push into the main branch. So with this it's going to like create a pull request that's okay, yes, I would like to make changes to this and um eh, not yes, so you are going to get something like this. Everything is up to date or like a pull request is going to pop up like this on like you're going to come up on the website that yes you created like for example now um the created staging branch and updated readme okay. Hmm, is this it? Okay, let me hmm. So you get something like this that okay the type the the commit message that you added, created whatever title you use as your commit, as your the title of your commit message. So it's going to come up and pop up like this. And the maintainer can just come here to either merge, but you still have to like review the project. So it comes here, you see reviewers, then like this suggested maintainers are will be there. Then they will have to review your project before like clicking on merge to merge the project. So after I merge the project and that's all, like any changes you made has been added to like the open source project you're trying to contribute to. So those are like the guidelines that I suggested. So follow the project guidelines. You write clear commit message. These are like very important. Like it's very conventional. Most if you don't write clear commit messages, most open source maintainers won't merge your request. You have to like go back to the contributions guideline to retreat and okay, yes, this is what I'm asked to do. Okay. So like these are like the best practices for using GitHub. Oh, added student pack. So it helps you stay organized. It keeps track of all your tools and resources available. It helps you to like regularly update. So any changes that they have made already that you are not aware of, you can use GitHub to like continue like updating the changes that has been made so you won't be left out on. So for instance, somebody has added a code to has updated the code and you don't know about it. So when you like use GitHub will like inform you like okay, a change has been made. Would you like to like then you have to like pull the changes onto your local host or your local machine or whatever you are using to like code. So it helps you to like regularly update as well. You can use it to build your portfolio. You use the tools to like create and showcase projects. You collaborate with people. You engage with peers and contribute to open source projects like we are contributing at Tublian. So when you join Tublian, you have access to like contribute to lots of open source projects. So these are like resources and further learning stuff. So I'll share the link on the um uh, so I'll share the link on for some of the resources I would like to share with everyone. So you can use this to read up on about GitHub and as well as the stuff. And if you like to, this is the link to join Tublian as well. So do well to like head over to Tublian and join the community, contribute to other open source projects, learn from the community as well. So conclusion. So like recap of the points, we talk about the value of GitHub, how it's very essential. We talked about how to maximize the benefits of GitHub, helping you to contribute to open source projects. So a call to action is to join the Tublian open source community. Yes, I dropped the link here in the chat. So click on the link, join, and create your profile. Um, create your profile, pair with other guys. You can as well wait for you can as well pair with other developers like peer to peer um programs or peer to peer coding as well. Then start exploring tools and building projects. So do you have any like question and answers that do you have any questions? If you have any questions, kindly like signify in the chat. Okay, Afzal, yeah, you have a question. What would you like to ask?
Yeah, hi Aliphatic, how are you?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Actually, could you please help us explore the Tubulian repository where we can contribute and we can understand the code base of that Tubulian OS?
The Tubulian OS. I
Yeah, yeah,
think
yeah.
Mr. Puesh said he's going to like run a demo on that. Yeah, isn't that right?
Yeah, that will be fine. Actually, I'm too
Okay,
excited
yeah,
to
yes. I
go
think he
through
said he
that.
wants to do it at the end of this session. So I think he's going to handle that.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, sure.
okay. Thank you very much. So
Thank you,
is
thank you.
there any other questions as well?
No, actually, I have understand it. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey, Aliphatic, I have a question. So one of the thing I noticed in our community, lots of people sometimes struggles is creating a pull request.
Okay.
So could you talk through that? So I think struggle comes from, I'll give you a little bit of context. Struggles come from, so they found a project they want to contribute to. They forked the project, then they cloned the project so they have it locally. They created a branch and they pushed the branch. And when they push the branch, just take us from there. So I have forked the repository. I have created a branch for the issue. I have a fix now. I want to create a pull request from that fix. Can you walk through those steps a little bit?
Okay. So if for you're trying, what you're trying to say is that um you are trying to like create a pull request to an open source project. Okay. Let me just go through with this. I don't know if this one. Mm, okay. Yeah. I was going to do that, but that's when my PC wasn't responding to VS Code. That's why I had to use. Um,
That's okay if you can't
um,
show this. Just talk through that a little bit. I think the confusion roots
yeah,
from
most
essentially
people
looking
usually
for.
have like they get confused trying to like create pull requests. Yes, I understand what you're trying to say. That's why I wanted to like talk about that, but I, my VS Code isn't responding. I don't know. It's when you are doing it's usually things like this happens at the most important periods. We are trying to
Yeah,
oh
that's it always happens for the demo.
every demo you get something won't always work. Mm, okay.
That- That's okay, no worries. Uh, Maybe you can talk through that. I mean, I think the main problem becomes is that what I have noticed most of the time, people saying, "Hey, why my status is not getting updated?" They create a pull request for their own forked repository, not for the original one.
Not for the origin. Yes.
Yeah, that's where the
They
confusion
so
starts, and they
when
get
they when they like create a pull request to something like that, they have to like go to most cases you have to go to your the okay. Mm, for example, now die. Okay, yes. So I'm forking this repository now. I create a fork. Uh, yeah, yeah. So most cases when you like create any so for example now, let me just add like a short um yes npm is okay. Um, okay, let me just um, so okay I'm just like doing this. So after you have normally after you have created like a new changes, or you have already committed to, you have already so basically you fork the repo, you have made your changes, and you commit to that your forked repo that you created. So most cases you have to like come back to this like project here. You see this the branch you created, this your own forked repository. You see this branch is one commit ahead, or depending on how many commits that you've made, and you press click on contribute. So this like opens a pull request to contribute to your opens a pull request for you to able to merge into, to be able to create a pull request into the original repository that you have created. So let me go over this again. So I forked the repo. See, okay, I forked the repo web dev, forked from client Africa slash web dev. Yes. So and I've made changes. Obviously, the branch I have made changes to is already one commit ahead of the repository I forked it from. So I have to like click on this like contribute to open a pull request. So this, by doing this, you are opening a pull request to the original project that you you fork the project from. So from here now you can now like create a pull request like this. So I believe that's what Nilan was trying to, the question Nilan was trying to ask, right?
Exactly. Yeah. This is very
Yes.
important. This is where most of the people get confused.
So
This is
yeah,
how.
here's where the confusion starts from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, all right then. I just didn't want to like create a pull request because I just made like a small change, but I just want to use this to like explain. So that's how like you create like a pull request for a project that you are forked from. So basically this is how you like do it for any open source project you are trying to contribute to. So you can connect with